Hey, it's that time, once again. I know I've been gone since May 24th, but I'm back. It's Wizzo. And in the area of Pride Month is June 17th, about 1:23 Eastern Standard Time. One thing I noticed, this is being Pride Month, and I think I want to talk about the thing that I've noticed a lot, is that the trans people, transgenders, and intersex people, and their little evil and their little battles that they have with each other. Trans people talking about, the intersex people, I don't know why they're so full of hate. Any type of intersex person I talk to, I don't know why. They're some of the most hate-filled people in the LGBTQ, PFA, and hyper-TI community. I don't call it LGBTQ, fuck that. Lesbian, gay, LGBT, Q for queer, Q, P is in pansexual, P for pansexual, F for gender fluid, A for asexual, N for non-binary, hyphen transgender, trans intersex. Trans and intersex, they're their own identity because they're their own entity, even though they're all part of that big bracket. The LGBTQPFAN, it's more on your, how you feeling. But trans and intersex, it's something completely different. Your gender lies in your brain. That's where the masses get everything mixed up. Just so happens, like I said before, that people's gender identity is in sync with their biological makeup. That just so happens that it is what it is. The masses, okay, they're cisgender. It just so happens that the masses are just cisgender. You have some people whose brain and gender aren't in parallel with each other. So they're trans. Cisgender, transgender. So that's the thing about that. But with the issue I have with intersex, okay, yeah, you already for the most part you got ambiguous genitalia. You have 46 double X intersex. You genetically a female, but you're phenotypically male. Same, and vice versa. 46SY intersex, you're phenotypically male. Genetically male, but phenotypically female. And you have, in some cases, ambiguous genitalia. Or Klinefelters. Number 47 double XY. Yes, Klinefelters counts as intersex. Yes, it does. In spite of what most people think, 47 double XY or X amount of X and Y, 48XY, 49XY, XXXY, whatever, counts as intersex. Swire syndrome, Turner syndrome, all count as intersex because it's like, hormonal, not to say disorder, but kind of like a condition. But the thing I have issues with is that trans and intersex people won't come together. Intersex people are just full of hate. Yes, y'all intersex white fuckers are full of fucking hate. I don't get why. Trans people catch the most hell. It's like transgender is the new Frankenstein. Kind of hard to figure out who got it worse, Frankenstein or trans people. But my message is, trans and intersex people need to come together because they're the cousins of each other, at the most siblings. I really do think trans and intersex people need to come together. I got a Reddit regarding trans and intersex. Check it out, trans and inter. I had to call it that, you know, just to, so Reddit won't fuck with me. By the way, fuck Reddit. There's a bunch of wifey fuckers in their damn feelings. Reddit is just a bunch of fucking people in their feelings. But anyway, let me tell y'all why. Transgender people, their brain, again, is not their true gender identity, which is in their brain, is not connected to their body. Intersex people have like, you know, chromosomes and shit, and their karyotype is kind of a mix. And in a lot of cases, they have ambiguous genitalia. Being intersex is more, it's just more than your ambiguous genitalia, and it's just people just so fucking ignorant. They have the gender operation on these babies, and during puberty they realize, oh shit, we done fucked up because you're fucking ignorance. You leave that baby's genitals the fuck alone. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what's gonna happen when the baby, when that baby born, when puberty hits. If you're intersex, people should allow, like you got ambiguous genitalia, you got like, your balls are, you know, you got a fat pussy looking thing, and you got undescended testes. You should let, and you know you got a dick, you got a pussy around the dick. You leave that baby's genitalia alone. And all kind of other forms. It's so many variations of intersex. And that's what intersex people don't get. You could have fucking wide hips and normal male genitalia. For some reason, you probably got androgen insensitivity. You can't pick up testosterone. I really think trans and intersex people need to come together because their conditions, okay, trans people is brain related. If they feeling that they're the wrong gender identity, we need to believe them. Intersex people, and I'm an advocate for trans people. Believe it or not, because I get it. I made a video called "I Get It." I reworded it, but I really get it. I understand. And I think trans people need to fucking, I think the cisgender masses just need to at least understand their condition, or at least believe them, if they're feeling some type of way. Now, being gay and lesbian could be a sign of gender dysphoria. You know, it could be a hint of gender dysphoria in some cases, but we don't know. That's why I say LGBTQ PFAN is like one dynamic, and transgender intersex another dynamic. It's your physical and mental state of who you are. Actually, transgender is your brain gender. It's something overwhelming. They can overwhelm you. Gender dysphoria is a wifey fucker. You cannot ignore gender dysphoria. It's like a high police chase. You will have to surrender at some point to who you are. And if you are having gender dysphoria, fuck what everybody else thinks. Do for yourself, because you all you got. Damn it, trans and intersex people, y'all need to fucking stop bickering and bitching and complaining and come together and talk. Because y'all do have similar issues when it relates to gender identity. Ironically, a lot of trans people transition due to an intersex condition. What's this arrogant prick on YouTube? I can't stand that nigga. Rashante Anderson. Fuck that nigga. I don't like that dude. Fuck Rashante Anderson. He's just some old arrogant, pretty nigga who's fuck him. He's an arrogant prick. He's an obnoxious, arrogant prick. I don't like that nigga. I'm gonna scratch my nuts. But he's a trans male based on an intersex condition. And I'm like, yeah. You have a lot of people. And you know what? One thing I do like about him is that he'll talk about things that nobody else will. But he's so arrogant and cocky about it. He's so annoying and arrogant and cocky about it. I don't like that shit. I don't like obnoxious, arrogant pricks. But I really do think y'all need to really come together and sit there and talk, because y'all all the cousins of each other. Intersex people, you need to really listen to trans people, because people transition due to an intersex condition. There's another person. That's somebody else. I really admire her. Micah Reed. She transitioned due to her intersex condition. She came out on the internet back in 2015 on Instagram. She gave me a big time Instagram out. She's a singer. She's a voice person. She does all that. I mean, she got multi-talented. No people. That's another thing about trans people. There's benefits being a trans person. There's benefits to being intersex people. Y'all not looking at it like that. You can morph into anything you want. You have an advantage over people, and I think people's hating on that. But fuck people. Fuck the ignorance of the masses. And I'm a spokesperson, and I got the intersex, trans people, intersex people back. I got y'all. I got love for y'all, because God gave me revelation on it. And I want you to remember 1 Corinthians 1:27. It talks about God made the foolish things of this world to confound the wise, to make the weak things of this world to confound the strong. That also lies in the trans intersex people. There's so many dynamics there. People are so fucking ignorant. Fuck the bigotry and ignorance of society. They don't like it, fuck them. I don't give a fuck. But for goodness sake, y'all need to come together, because people transition, like I said before, due to that intersex condition. Y'all really need to come together and say, look, okay, look, I'm having an issue with my brain. And y'all are intersex due to, genetic issue, your chromosomes and your big, your chromosomes and your hormones and all that. And all kind of random things that happen in amongst your enzymes and all that, 5-alpha reductase and all that shit. You got all kind of levels of androgen insensitivity. You got the mosaic Klinefelter. I mean, in my case, I have wide hips. I got a feminine body shape. Don't tell nobody. I got wide hips. And, yeah, I'm wide hips, but I got normal male genitalia. And I think I don't fit in. But I don't give a fuck. But I do give a fuck about trans and intersex people. I do get it. So, boy, got you. Boy, got love for you. And, by the way, comment, rate, subscribe, clown me on what the fuck ever, clown me. If I sound like, if I got a muffled voice or something, I don't give a fuck. Goddamn comment, rate, subscribe.